Hello, so it's been maybe over a month since I've done a new makeup releases video, and I thought today I would do that because I don't really know what's going on with new releases. I haven't been keeping up with it because I've had a busy few weeks with being away on holiday, and then I was away for my father-in-law's birthday as well. So I thought it would be a good idea to just get back into the swing of things by just seeing what is going to be coming out in the beauty space soon. So I am going to do something a bit different today, and I'm going to start with an account that's called Point Click Vibes, and they are one of the accounts that I follow that talk about new makeup releases, new beauty releases. So I thought it would be fun to use their page to see what is going on at the moment. I'm going to just go from the newest post that they have. This is a release from NYX. It is their Blade and Shade Brow Pencil. Dual-edged brow pencil for precisely filled and naturally shaded brows. Creates blade thin, blah, 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 blah. There are 12 shades. This looks quite similar to their micro brow. Maybe this is replacing the micro brow, I don't know. But it does look very similar to the micro brow, and it has the same shades. So it could be a replacement, or maybe it's just an addition. It looks very similar. It's like an angled brow pencil that looks like it's going to be similar enough to that. It's just slightly at an angle, and then it kind of is squared off. So I would say it looks like it's going to be the same idea as the micro brow, which I love. So yeah, definitely something that I would consider buying to use instead of the micro brow. I just ran out of my brow pencil and I actually need to get a new one. So I will see. I don't think this is out yet here. Usually NYX releases, they are out in the US before they're out here, so it might not be out yet, but I might consider to get this. They have 12 shades, and to be honest, that's one of the better shades in brows that I've seen. A lot of brands don't have that many brow shades. I do appreciate the fact that NYX have a lot of shades of their brow products. These Patrick Ta holiday eyeshadow duos. It looks like there are five colorways in this. There's like a pink and kind of a minky color, which is quite nice. Like, they look gorgeous, but I feel like these are going to be really expensive for what they are, which is 2 eyeshadows. So it just depends, like, if you are somebody who likes palettes, or you think like a glittery eyeshadow duo is the ideal thing for you because you want to keep things minimal. This might be ideal for some people. I have not tried his eyeshadow formulas. I have heard mixed things about them, but there is a couple of shades there that I think look really nice. So I would definitely be inclined to wait and see what the reviews on these are like, because they probably will be expensive. I just want to apologize for the noise outside. There is road works going on my road, so it's probably going to be really annoying, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, this is something that I am so excited about, and it's probably one of the only things that I can think of that I would actually buy, and this is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics collaboration with Robert Welsh, and it's their Divination Collection. So it's based on like divination, I suppose, tarot cards, all of that kind of stuff, and it is a palette, 2 lip glosses, and a set of lashes. This is something that I think looks amazing. I've been watching Robert's videos for probably about 5 years now, and I just love his content. I love everything that he does in his videos. I was so excited to see that he was collaborating with a brand that I know he really loves and supports. I have not tried Blend Bunny before, so I have no idea what their formulas are like. I know that they're very popular and people seem to love their formulas, and this palette, the color story looks incredible. It looks like something I would love. It's colorful, but it's also muted, and there are mattes but also glittery kind of duochrome shades. I usually can't wear purple eyeshadows because they usually contain carmine, which I'm allergic to, so I love that this is vegan. The brown shades look gorgeous. That like bluey kind of a teal mermaid shade is stunning. I'm really curious to try this brand. And the glosses, he was wearing one of these glosses, the darker one, he was wearing that in a few videos, and I remember looking at the gloss and thinking, what has he got in his lips? And I went to the description box, went to the comments, couldn't see anything, and I was like, that's a bit weird that he didn't mention what he's wearing, because he normally would. Now I know that it was this, and that makes me excited because I loved the look of it. It kind of is, I suppose, reminiscent of like the Isabella gloss, that kind of deep blackberry sheer kind of gloss with sparkle in it. And then he's done something which I've never seen before, which is a green gloss, which is supposed to colour correct. So depending on your lip colour, it will turn your lip a certain colour, or it will change the shade of any colour lipstick that you're wearing. So if you're wearing like a red, if you put the green on top, it'll neutralise it a bit and change the colour. So I've never seen that done before, and I just think that that's really, it's really fun and something really different, which is very rare to say in the beauty industry, that there is something that I've never seen done before. So I really love the look of this collection. The eyelashes look lovely, but I don't really wear fake eyelashes, so that's not something that necessarily interests me. But I haven't really bought anything big in a long time, but this is really something. And I try and stay away from influencer collabs, but I just feel like this is different because I really do trust Robert and his way of doing things. It's disappointing when you invest in a collaboration that an influencer has with a brand, and then you find out something about that person that makes you want to stop interacting with them. And that has happened to me a couple of times now. It's totally put me off buying influencer collabs because I just think, am I just going to be disappointed with this person and then not want to use the products? Very interested in this. I may wait to see reviews. I don't know if this is limited edition. I assume it is. The way it's done is really subtle, and it would appeal to, I think, anyone rather than just appealing to people that know who he is. So I like that they've done that. I think it's really like a clever way to do it. It's definitely something I'm interested in, probably like at the top of my list of things that I want to try or would like to buy. So remains to be seen whether I'll get it, but I may treat myself, who knows. Okay, there's this new makeup by Mario. This is like a really big launch that I know a lot of people are excited about. This is their Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. So this is $68 for 12 eyeshadows, which I suppose is quite standard. I think it looks really nice. This appeals to me probably more than the other Ethereal Eyes palette. I know a lot of people loved that palette. I didn't even consider it because, again, the shades have carmine in them, so there were a bunch of shades that I wouldn't have been able to use, so I just immediately dismissed it. But just, I suppose, to comment on it, I think this kind of appeals to me more. It's a bit more neutral, a bit more different. It's kind of smoky. I do think this is going to do really well. Obviously, I think when you come into autumn and winter, you see a lot more cool toned looks. I know it's something that I've been loving wearing at the moment, and it's not completely cool toned, but I do think that a lot of people are really going to love the look of this. And there seems to be a good variety in the depth of shades. I just think it looks really nice. It's not something that I'm going to buy, but I am curious to see what people think of it, purely just out of interest because of the hype over the first Ethereal Eyes palette. So that will be something I will be looking out for, to see reviews, purely out of interest. This Maybelline mascara, I have to comment on this because it is like, this is bizarre to me. It's called the Lash Sensational, which I actually do really like that formula, but it's the Lash Sensational Sky High Space Diamond Glitter Mascara. So it's a sparkly mascara infused with bamboo extract, limited edition. And oh, there's going to be also 2 Tattoo Studio gel liners in duochrome shades, which they look kind of cool, but I don't think they're really for me. I've seen that kind of product done better from other brands. Like, I know Kaleidos do that, and like Denona and Myrick, so they don't look like the best version of that product to me. The images of this, I just don't think do it justice. I just think that this is going to be something that will probably look its best in like low light and, you know, sunlight and that kind of thing. It just looks very crusty and crispy and not great. And I just don't really know who is going to buy this. They've also put it in her eyebrows, which is interesting, but they have let themselves down with the imaging for this because it just looks very crispy, crusty, like kind of gross. It doesn't entice me to buy the product, even though I'm sure it would look really cool on. It just does not in any way entice me to buy it. It just looks very odd to me. So definitely not something that I'm going to buy, but I'm curious to see what people actually think of this when they try it. It just seems a really weird launch to do. Like, I've tried a glitter mascara before and it was nice. It was quite subtle, which I liked, but this seems like it's really like intense and it's really like thickens the lashes. It just doesn't look great to me. So definitely not something that I'm going to buy. Oh my god, this is so funny. Glamlite, which I think I've mentioned before, Glamlite is such a funny brand to me. I don't really get them. But they do a lot of IP products, and this is the Halloween. Halloween 2? Sorry, have they done like a Halloween 1? Or is this just based on Halloween 2, the film? I don't actually know. I mean, this is so funny. The names of these eyeshadows. One good scare, guilty, he's back, I always wear a mask, trick or treat, irritated. Halloween masks, the relentless Michael Myers, slay all day, Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, welcome to Santa Mira, Halloween Night Massacre, or Halloween Night Massacre, killing it since 78, angry, every day is Halloween. Yeah, that is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's a it's an eyeshadow palette, lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, mirror, purse, highlighter. Like, oh my god, that is just I just don't know who is buying that. Who is buying a Halloween collection? Like, not Halloween, like Halloween the movie. Like, who is buying that? I get when they do like a Halloween, like a Nightmare Before Christmas, or like, you know, Beetlejuice or whatever, but like Halloween the film, I just don't know who that is aimed at. So bizarre. The ColourPop Bratz Collection, I love the look of the palette. It looks really cute. I love the purples in it, and I've actually seen somebody use this. I saw Rose Gallagher, she got this and she used the palette and it looked really nice. I think ColourPop do lovely eyeshadows, but again, it's not something I would buy. It is fun, like it's nostalgic. I was not a Bratz child, I was a Barbie child. Bratz is a bit more after my time, so it's not really nostalgic for me necessarily, but I think it will be for a lot of people, and it's fun. You know, ColourPop. Hourglass and Barneys ambient lighting palettes. Like, have they not just released a few of these? I feel like they do like about 20 of these every Christmas. There's like, I don't really understand. There's 3 here. And then I thought they did some recently. I thought I spoke about them in my last makeup new releases. I don't really get that, and I just don't care enough to investigate, so I'm just going to ignore that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I know people love those palettes. I haven't tried them, so I don't know, but I'm just a bit confused as to why there are more of these being released. I don't know. Tell me, are they good? Like, do I need to, like, you know, just try them and shut up? This is the YesStyle Advent Calendar. I'm not an Advent Calendar person. I do love the idea of an Advent Calendar, but I just think that it's not a waste of money. If you will use the products, if you're somebody who doesn't have like much of a makeup collection or a skincare collection, it could be a really fun way to try different products. And I do think that this is great because there are 24 skincare and makeup products from K-beauty brands, and they're all full size as far as I know. Like, say if you wanted to try K-beauty and you've never tried it before, this could be a really nice way to introduce yourself to a bunch of brands and try a bunch of products. And I do think that it's a really good idea, and it's a really cute packaging as well. Like, if I was to buy one, or like if somebody was to say, I'm gonna get you an advent calendar for Christmas or whatever, that's one that I would want, because I just think it's something really different, and I like that there's loads of different brands and it's not like the same brand. It's not loads of like samples that you can get for free. I just really like that. It is expensive. It's $164, so that is expensive, but it does have like a bunch of really nice products in it, some that I've tried. So I do think that that is a nice one. That would be my preference if I was to get a advent calendar. There is the e.l.f. Fleck glitter eyeshadows, and there are 6 of these. This is very obviously a dupe for the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows. They're not trying to hide that fact, I don't think. It's the same packaging essentially, except it's like, you know, they're square instead of round pans, and they're very similar colors. Like I can see one there that's lithium, I can see one that's Space Cowboy. They are very, very clearly trying to dupe Urban Decay. I understand why, because obviously Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows are so popular, but to me it's just, it's lazy, it's not inspirational. It's like most people who wanted the Urban Decay eyeshadows probably already have one. The only reason that I think that this is a good idea is if you're somebody and you just don't have the budget to buy the Urban Decay ones, but you'd like to try them. That's when I think that this is a nice alternative. But I just wish they had done it a bit differently and it hadn't been so obvious that it was a dupe, or maybe done different colors or something. It's just very, very obviously, even the shades are so similar, even the names, like, you know, champagne showers, like all of that kind of stuff. It's very obviously something that is trying to be the Moondust eyeshadow. So I just think, like, why not do something a little bit different with it? And I don't know, or do like a palette of a bunch of them or something. Not that, I mean, Urban Decay have done that as well, but I just think it's a bit like lazy. But I do think, you know, if you're somebody who wants to get into makeup and you don't have the budget to buy, you know, like a 23 euro eyeshadow, then this is a nice alternative. So maybe I'm just being a bit skeptical, but you know, it has pros and cons. But I just generally don't like when brands are just like straight up copying another brand. I just think it's lazy, and I just think e.l.f. could do better, because they have really nice products, but they just need to focus on innovation instead of imitation. That's just my thoughts. I spoke about this briefly in my last makeup new releases, but I just wanted to talk about it again. It's the Patrick Ta Barbie collection. I think it's like a gloss and a blush, and I don't really get it, because I just think, like, why not do this last year when it was kind of really relevant? It could have been a really nice like holiday launch last year when the Barbie film was actually out. I just don't really understand it. I do think like it'll probably do well, but I just don't really get it. Let's talk about some holiday products. So there is the Fenty, a bunch of Fenty products. There's a lip gloss set. There's just all these little kind of minis. Like, I think these are cute. They're kind of minis of products that already exist, which I suppose is a good thing if you wanted to try them. And they're at like a lower price point. That one with the Icon Velvet, it's a gloss bomb, a Fenty Icon, and a gloss bomb stick in the shade Riri. So it's like 3 different formulas in that shade. So they have like one that's like a kilowatt highlighter, a mini mascara, and then a gloss. I wasn't mad about their mascara. So then there is some of the Fenty Skin lip oils, lip balms. It's like a trio of the glosses. I have bought the Fenty gloss sets like maybe 5 years ago. I bought them actually 2 years in a row, and to be honest, I just didn't use them, and it kind of taught me a lesson that just buy one instead of buying a set with like 5 minis that I'm only going to use like one of. So I'd rather just spend my money on one shade that I know I'll use, like Fussy, which is my favorite. Then there is the Charlotte Tilbury holiday collection. So it's a bunch of the, what are these called? Pop Shots single eyeshadows. They did really well. I think, was it last year or the year before? I think it was maybe 2 years ago. So those are back. There's a palette, and then, oh, those single eyeshadows are $34. What the hell are these? Love handbag. That is so weird. Pillow Talk Dreams Come True kit. Like, do you know what? I mean, people will really like these. I don't really get what those bags are. Oh, it's like an actual bag. Well, what are you going to put in there? It's very odd. There are a load of Charlotte Tilbury sets. Yeah, not really for me. I'm just going to quickly have a look on Trend Mood, because I know there are some products that were announced on Trend Mood that aren't on point click vibes and vice versa. So I just thought I'd quickly have a look. There's one that was just put up today that is the new Natasha Denona palette. It's a limited edition. Purples. This would usually be my kind of thing, but it looks quite pink to me rather than purple. I would have liked more bluey, like periwinkle shades. I'm not a Natasha Denona fan, so this is just not really for me. I know that people will love this if you like purple eyeshadow, obviously, but it's just not for me. I mean, in theory it is, because I love purple eyeshadows, but I've learned the lesson to not buy a 15 pan purple toned eyeshadow palette, because I'm just not going to use it. There's just no point. And I have loads of purple eyeshadows that I love, so there is no need. There are more products that have been added to Dolly Parton's brand, Dolly Beauty. There are glosses and lip liners. I mean, I just think the packaging like is so extravagant, and I love it. Like, I just really love it. The glosses are $18, the lip liners are $14. I have not seen anybody talk about the lipsticks yet. I need to do some investigating on that because I am curious, but I kind of like just want one of these because they're so like, they're just so cute. Like, you know, it's Dolly Parton. It's Dolly Parton lip glosses. Like, why would I not want that? You know, very pink, good dust. I assume that's gold dust because it's gold colour. And rose petal. I do actually like the gold one. Definitely curious to look into those more because I really do want to try something from her brand because it's Dolly Parton, obviously, but have not heard anything yet, so I am going to be investigating that further. I do really want to smell the new Merit perfume. I have not tried Merit yet. They have not launched in Ireland, but I am excited for when they do launch because I do really want to try their products. And they have this new perfume that is meant to be warm and spicy with bergamot, pear, ambrette, aldehydes, jasmine, rose, orris, rosemary, violet, vanilla, musk and moss. It sounds really nice. Inspired by old world techniques and vintage notes. The bottle is really nice as well, so I would like to try that. And obviously there's no way for me to try that until they launch here, so I'll have to wait, but I do really want to try that. Is this another Rhode phone case? Like, come on. Barrier butter. Oh, it's a moisturizer. But then I think they're coming out with a phone case as well. I just don't really have an interest. Anastasia Lip Velvet liquid lipsticks. 2 highlighters that look the same. The lip products look nice. I do like a velvet or matte liquid lipstick, so that does look nice, but I really think they could have made those highlighters just a little bit different. They are the same. So that's a big no from me. Bottega Veneta fragrances. I mean, they look amazing. They're $450. No. I mean, they look gorgeous, but $450 for a fragrance. The Chanel holiday collection. What is in this? Chanel Winter Tale, Diamond Dust de Chanel, peachy pink illuminating powder infused with mother of pearl. Doesn't really look peachy pink, it looks more like champagne, but maybe that's just the lighting. A bunch of lipsticks, and liner, nail polishes. Quite bright for a winter collection, looks nice, but I'm not going to be buying Chanel products that are limited edition, absolutely not. This is something that I do really want to try, and it's the new Glossier perfumes, Rêve and Doux. If I'm out in Space and Drum, I may get to smell them, but otherwise I probably won't. I just finished a bottle of You and I love it. I still love it. Like, it's still one of my favorite scents. It's just a really comforting, warm, just really nice scent to me. I just love it. And that's what makes me want to try these, obviously, but again, they are quite expensive. I mentioned in my last video, in my empties post where I talked about Glossier You, how it's almost doubled in price in the space of less than 2 years, and I just don't understand it. And I did actually ask them about it. They didn't get back to me. So that just makes me not really want to go any further with that. But I am going to smell them at some point, I'm sure, but you know, it's not something that I'm going to blind buy or anything. They also released some new lip gloss shades. I do like the Glossier lip gloss formula, but it's just not my favourite. So it's not something that I would, you know, go and buy a new shade in that formula when I probably have something similar to those 3 shades. They're nice. I really like the brown one actually. Again, that lip gloss has gone up in price as well. It's just, I just feel like it's not really worth it to me. But I do think they look nice. So if you've tried them, let me know. I'm just going back to where I left off the last time to see, are there any interesting launches? To be honest, it's a lot of holiday collections, a lot of limited edition, a lot of new shades of previously released products like the milk blushes. Yeah, it's just a bunch of like the Summer Fridays new shade of their thing. It's mostly just like IP launches like Stranger Things and Wicked, holiday collections and mini sizes, and just new shades of previously existing products. So nothing that is particularly interesting. I know that Lisa Eldridge is coming out with a new product next week, which was her product that she was meant to launch last year, but she didn't because there was things that were out of her control. So I know that that's coming next week. I have no idea what it is, but I'm so excited to know what it is. I'm just like, I cannot wait to hear what that new product is. I haven't actually tried the liquid silk. I went to buy one today because Space NK had 20% off, and the shade Ione that I wanted is out of stock, and it has been for like since it launched. So I'm going to wait until that's in stock and I'm going to buy that one shade because that's the shade that speaks to me the most and I really want to try. And I haven't tried the new palette either, but I'm really excited to see what this new launch is. I mean, no doubt it's going to be amazing, but I am curious to know what that is. There's nothing that I would actually spend my money on. I do want to smell the Glossier perfumes, but I may not like them, so that's not something that I'm just going to buy. And that's kind of it. There's nothing else that's really appealing to me. I have products in my collection that I love more than the look of any of these. The only thing that isn't really new that excites me is that Robert Welsh collaboration with the green lip gloss, because that's something that I don't have and I haven't seen. There's nothing that's jumping out at me. The holiday sets, the limited edition stuff, it's all stuff that I try to avoid. Again, if you're somebody who wants to try these products, and getting a mini might be really ideal for you, and that's great, but it's just not. I mean, I am curious about those Hourglass palettes purely because people rave about them, and I feel like I'm missing something because it doesn't really appeal to me. So I am very curious what they're actually like to use like day in, day out. And I think because I'm so pale, I just feel like none of them would really work on me, like all of the shades. So that's why I've probably avoided them for so long, because I just think I'm not going to get the use out of all of the shades because they're not going to all work on my skin tone. There's nothing that's jumping out on me, and it's just making me think I just want to go to my makeup collection and, you know, use the makeup that I have. And I think all of this has kind of shown me that what I have is better than anything that's here. That's kind of exciting, and it's great because I'm not tempted to buy anything. But when there is a launch like the Robert Welsh one, or like with the Lisa Eldridge one that's coming next week, it makes me more excited about those products because they're probably going to be something that's a little bit different and innovative and something that I haven't seen before. So I am going to be keeping my eye out for those. And if there's anything in here that you have bought or that you've tried, please let me know. If there's anything that you're adding to your wish list for the holiday season, let me know as well. And if you've tried the Glossier perfumes, what are they like? It's very interesting to go through all of these things and see, okay, I actually don't really want any of these things. Like, even if I had the money, I wouldn't be rushing out to buy any of these things. There are some things that I'm curious to see reviews on, just purely like out of interest, like the Mario palette and that kind of thing. But other than that, nothing is really jumping out at me, which is good. And what are you loving at the moment? Is there anything that you have bought recently that you're loving? And thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with another video. Goodbye.